Hi, Crystal Balls. I want to apologize for having to cut the last video. Unfortunately, my phone was overheating and it was telling me I needed to cool it for a bit. So, the first part of this video is directly after what I was recording, but the second part might be a bit choppy because I had to edit things in there because I want to finish the reading for everybody. So enjoy the reading. Make sure you watch the background part first because I didn't honestly think I was going to go into that much detail, but this is the weirdest case. Weird. So, thank you to my Patreons for suggesting that. Don't forget you can join Patreon too. Just click the link in the description box and you will be able to become a member for as little as $1 a month. You guys get to help choose the topics that I talk about. All right, I will see you guys in a bit with the reading. Bye. This is my steampunk mini tarot deck by Barbara Moore. I may still sell these. These are, like I said, a mini deck, but this is a dark case, so I'm going with darker cards. Um, if I still sell these, they'll be available for $10. Just let me know. Um, we'll see. But first question I want to ask is, was Marilane actually mentally disturbed? And the Ten of Pentacles. Her husband was having an affair. I just want you guys to know that's the first thing that popped up here. This is her, and this is her husband having an affair, and it looks like another child. Now, I don't know if there was an actual other child on the way or a thought about a child, but allegedly for entertainment purposes only, Adam was having an affair. And it could have been just an emotional affair, but he was definitely having an affair, and this was just stressing her. I feel like she felt like she was pushed out of her own family. She was being replaced. That's really what it feels like here, is she was being replaced, and she did not like it. The Eight of Pentacles, there's reasons why you can't follow the money on this, because I feel like something very nefarious was happening, but this is cool and calculated. This is very cold. This is a cold, cold card, and it is very calculated. And you see repeating patterns until you make it perfect. This was a setup. Did Adam have anything to do with her disappearance? She felt like she was on the outside. She needed to travel for a reason. She needed to clear her head. She was not running away. She was clearing her mind. She was pissed. Yeah. Lack of sleep? Sure. Because, I would be lacking sleep too if I found out that my partner would probably have been cheating on me, the very least emotionally cheating on me. But definitely, it would have been a very difficult thing. And yeah, I probably would have wanted to have the time to, to clear my head. God, this is dark. He used her children against her. It feels like he was a puppet master here. This guy's very vindictive. And he didn't do all of this on his own. This is something that he's a puppet in somebody else's play. So he's the puppet. Somebody's pulling his strings, but he is also pulling the strings of Marilane and using their children against her. I mean, it's creepy. This is just Okay, I chose the dark deck for a reason because there's a lot of dark energy around here. But I definitely feel like he used their children against her. Um, so what did Uncle Larry do? Did Uncle Larry have anything to do with her death? The King of Swords, I believe that he helped in the situation. I don't think he was the one that actually killed her, but I do believe that he had a part of it. Um, I 100% believe she was killed, but let me just ask. Was Marilane Carter killed? Whoa. Five of Pentacles. Now, this is a woman who was left out in the cold with one child. I feel like she was threatened with something about her children. It was easier for this to seem like a suicide than the truth. And the truth would hurt the wrong people. So basically what happened here is Adam got caught, not publicly, but having an affair, emotional affair for entertainment purposes only, allegedly. And he wanted to save face. And he did something about using the children against her to kind of get her away from the house for a little bit. It was almost like, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go, or I'm going to use your kids. But there was somebody in her ear, not something in her mind. There was someone in her ear whispering about her children, specifically the youngest one. She was literally being threatened. So yes, this was her hand was used in her own death, but she did not kill herself. She was murdered. She did this under distress. She would not have done this in any other circumstance. Okay? To make that abundantly clear, Marilyn would never have killed herself. Marilyn would never have killed herself. Ever. Ever. Like, she's here screaming at me now. Yeah. Ever. Do not think for a second that she would harm herself. She says, take a good look around. All of the whole truth is out there right in front of you, but everybody ignored it. Everybody ignored it. And they lied to her mother. Everything that she said to her mother, it was contradicted by other people to make it seem like she had some sort of psychotic break. But nobody went to get her. Think about that. Why would she leave her children? Why would she leave them? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It wasn't suicide, guys. It was something that, yes, she did by her own hand, but she never, ever would have done it if she wasn't put in the position that she was in. And let me tell you, she 1,000% believed that her children's life, especially the littlest one, I don't know why it's the littlest one, but their life was in grave danger if she didn't follow through with this. Somebody else was there with her. Somebody else that she knew very, very well. Somebody who was appearing to be in a different place. Somebody basically made her pull the trigger. So Marilane has asked me to pull 3 more cards at least. She's still around here. And the first card I pulled was the 2 of Pentacles. Again, this is a money card, but it's very little money. So it makes me think of one or two things. One, their finances weren't exactly in order. It wasn't exactly what it seemed like on the outside. I think she felt like she was fooled, but it also looks a bit like the Wizard of Oz when Dorothy is in the tornado after she hit her head and she sees the Wicked Witch on the bike. So there was a moment of delusion in her head as she was dying. Okay, guys, this wasn't prior. This wasn't a mental illness or anything that made this particular delusion, illusion, whatever happen. But before she passed on to she's not, okay, before she passed out of her body, she was it's like she had a dream and she felt like she was within a dream and this wasn't actually happening. The reason this is coming up is because Marilane has not crossed over. Okay, she is still around. She's very much attached to the spot where she was at, but she's also attached to her children, as she should be because she's their mother, but she also should cross over because she can do them more good at that point. But she has unfinished business here, guys. She has not moved over to the other side. So that actually bothers me quite a bit. I get why. I understand, and she doesn't need to explain herself to me because I get it. You know, she has a reason to be around, and she's not afraid for her children anymore because she followed through what was supposed to happen, and they kept their end of the bargain, whatever that means. The end of their bargain was kept. So what cost her her life, whatever the situation was that cost her her life, that, you know, was bought and sold by somebody else, they cashed in on it, and they kept to their word so far. She's telling me they're not going to keep their word either, and I agree. I'm seeing like a 3-year process here. Pentacles, it's again money, but it's okay, this is fake riches. So she is now very, oh wait, look at this card. She's now very much talking to me about theology, about how heaven was supposed to be paved in gold. In some people's religions, the streets are paved with gold, and there's riches, and there's la 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 la. And that's the wrong point. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is something completely different, and everybody has missed it. And the people who were in this particular church that her husband was leading were, in her mind, just carrying it's theology, very much stuff that is over my head because I don't understand it because I'm not a religious person. But she says that they're doing everything wrong. I don't know how else to say this. She's not necessarily saying the Catholic Church was doing everything wrong. Even they have some things wrong, but the church in Leadworth, whatever it was called, they are doing something wrong. They're doing a disservice to the people who are going to service. They really are focusing on the wrong thing. Heaven is not like that at all. There's not streets of gold. It's not that type of thing. It's different for everybody. And she's saying buffoonish. Like, it's a buffoonish belief. And I'm not talking about anything outside of the slice of information that she's giving me about how heaven has nothing to do with streets paved in gold. Gold is meaningless. I think she's trying to tell me that this was focused on the wrong thing. That's part of the reason why she left that church, was she was really tired of the fake theology and buffoonery, and like she was done. And it did cause a rift in their relationship, but I think she was starting to stand up and speak for herself and her own beliefs that it didn't follow the set anymore. She really is upset that that's what her kids are going to learn, and that's not the truth. That is not the truth. It's not important what, if it's cobblestone, if it's dirt, it doesn't matter. They are getting the wrong message across. And that's what she talked about it before she died. She's telling me that very plainly. I talked about this before I died. Honestly, it's probably in her journals. She journaled. She journaled a lot. Journal, diary, whatever you want to say. Trust me, she was a deep theologian. She really believed, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is her belief was so important to her that once she figured out the path that this church was going on and she didn't agree with it, she didn't agree with the way her husband was preaching, of course, because she kept saying they're focused on the wrong things. So take that however the message needs to be for you all out there, but it's important for you all to know that the streets are not paved in gold. Gold is worthless. It's meaningless. Your heaven is different than my heaven, her heaven, but there is a heaven in a way, and there is a hell in a way. It's just not up to us to know now, and it's hard for me because I don't necessarily agree with all the theology that she's saying, but she's very adamant about it, so I'm trying to be her voice. So she says that basically the way that they're teaching now is rhetoric, redundant, spewing, almost like she keeps saying it's buffoonery, and there is a right way to do this, and you don't focus on trivial things. You answer the bigger questions, and just saying it is the way it is because I said so doesn't work, or because the Bible says so doesn't work. Give them reasons. Give them real life reasons. Give them, things. Don't make my life into a story like you did. She's not happy about that at all. She does not like the fact that her life has been made into a storybook, and her life has been used, a story that was completely created out of chaos that had nothing to do with her. Chaos that was caused because she was just in the position of being a wife to this man. Chaos was created around her. Now she is this mythical story and a warning, and she does not like that. All right. So the last is the Four of Swords. Now, this is also difficult to see, but there is a male laying down with a sword just out of reach with 3 swords above him. So a very typical Rider-Waite Smith pose here. But there's also an hourglass. The clock is ticking on this particular issue. The truth is going to come out. It's just going to take some time. And the problem is, she's telling me that people will not redact anything. Even though the truth will be out as plain as day, no one is going to reverse, redact, or make any sort of amendment to any statements that they have made, even though they're wrong. She also was reminding me something that I said in the beginning of the whole thing this was August 2020, guys. There was a pandemic going on. Do you think I was going to get on a plane? I thought it through. I didn't want to be on a plane with recycled germs. I could be in a car by myself and get there just as easily. It should not have taken as long as it did. Somebody got to her. I don't know who, because this is not the time to reveal that, because it will all be revealed in about 3 years' time. They will all be held accountable, even when their stories don't change. And they're going to try to say that what you see and what you know is wrong. Like, yep, even though I'm sitting here in front of you and I'm wearing a black shirt, that's actually not true. I'm sitting in front of you and I'm wearing polka dots and I have stripes all over my face. That's real. You know, they're going to try to mess with perspective, even though it's clear that I'm sitting in front of you with a black shirt on, unless they're colorblind. Hi, I'm sitting in front of you with a black shirt on. Or blind. Hi, thank you for, I just waved. But thank you for being on this channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, she's pulling back her energy, but her actions were a direct result of a very serious, real, and dangerous threat to her children, not to her. She tells me she could care less what happened to her. She couldn't care less. It was her children. And those children were used against her. Alright guys, this has been a very, very interesting video, and this has taken me about 9 hours to work on. I'm not exaggerating. So, I'm going to go for the night, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. Please leave your comments down in the description box, comment box. Be kind. Guys, remember, these are real people. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This whole video is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But everything that is in the first video, I have resources for that I am putting in the description box. Again, you guys decide if it's reputable or not, but I do believe, you know, when I'm getting things straight from newspapers that were in the area at the time, you know, I think those are pretty reputable, but other people don't. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying with the whole reputable thing. So everybody just, you don't have, I don't know. I don't pray, but if you guys do, pray for Marilane's soul. She's not at peace, and her children are safe for now, but that's not going to last forever. And she did not cross over. She's still hanging around, and I understand why. I probably would too, but you know, light a candle for her, say a prayer, sing a song, whatever. Think of her nicely and encourage her to go towards the light, because as soon as she does, she's going to realize more things. And it's important for her to have that education. All right, everybody, you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world. Remember that every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.